The word Supertrainer gets thrown around a lot these days, but what makes something a Supertrainer and which ones are worth your consideration? The Supertrainer is that magic, do-everything shoe. Plush enough for your easy days, durable enough to handle high mileage, protective enough for your long runs, and propulsive enough for when you want to push the pace. If you have a lot of variety in your running and you don't want a rotation of multiple shoes, a Supertrainer is a great candidate for you to cover all bases. And let's be clear, these aren't race day super shoes. Those would be super light and super aggressive, speed at the expense of durability, price, and comfort. The Supertrainer, on the other hand, dials things back a notch, but without losing that performance DNA. They really shine in those longer tempo efforts where you need something to look after your legs a bit more, but you still want that sensation of speed that a normal daily trainer isn't going to give you. A lot of confusion arises because Supertrainers come in a range of different shapes and sizes. You've got your Super Dailies, these are your simple lightweight shoes, less structured with no plate, and a single layer of bouncy super foam. The Adidas Evo SL is the current king of this category, with great alternatives in the Mizuno Neo Zen 2 or the Saucony Endorphin Azura. Then you've got your non-plated Supertrainers, more robust, more stable, with midsoles made up of multiple layers of foam with different properties. These are tempo-paced cruisers for eating up those marathon training miles. The Asics Superblast 3 dominates here, with the likes of the On-Cloud Monster Hyper 3 and Hot Pursuit. And then you've got the plated Supertrainers. All the advantages of the non-plated options, but with the added snap and a stiffer forefoot rocker that comes from adding a plate between two layers of foam. These plates are usually a bit less stiff than the full carbon fiber options used in race shoes, with alternative materials like P-backs or glass fiber being more common to keep the comfort levels high. And there isn't really a runaway star within the plated options like there is in the other types of Supertrainer that I've mentioned, but I'm going to make an argument for why the Mizuno Neo Vista 3 might fit that bill. It's got a soft and bouncy nitrogen-infused Energy Next foam in the top layer, a firm and durable standard version of Energy Next in the bottom layer, and sandwiched in between, we've got a new glass fiber reinforced plate with a 3D shape. It splits into a higher middle section and lower edge sections which act like a spring when compressed. If anybody remembers kangaroo boots from the late 90s, then you probably know what I'm talking about. And this is an exciting shoe to run quick in, despite being very soft underfoot. The increased outsole gauge since version 2 improves the lateral stability when you're fatigued at the end of your long run. The upper is this engineered knit that fits like your favorite pair of socks, with no tongue or seams to rub and irritate your feet. Honestly, there's not a lot to fault here. And if I'm being honest, for my taste, I think it might be the best road shoe release of 2026. If I'm really being picky, this sort of knit upper does lack a bit of structure, and that's not going to suit every runner out the box, but that can also be easily rectified by swapping the stock insole for something more ergonomically shaped to your arch, like a Curex insole. It's kind of like putting racing seats in your car. They just hold you in place a bit better in the shoe without detracting from the ride. The weight is a moderate 265 grams, and there's a thick rubber logo on the upper that only adds to this without serving any real function too, when it could have been a print. But I'm splitting hairs here. This is the Supertrainer Goldilocks zone. There's really nothing the shoe can't do on the road. To me, this is the definition. This is what a Supertrainer should look like. But let me know in the comments, what do you think we've missed? What are you running in for your long tempo efforts? And who do you think's got the best Supertrainer on the market right now? Because this one feels pretty hard to argue with.